When a narcissist sees you walk away for good, the reality of their emotions is far more complex and turbulent than they would ever allow you to witness. Today, we continue to peel back the layers of that enigma, diving into the concealed turmoil that churns beneath their carefully curated exterior. Your decision to leave is not just an act of courage, it is a seismic shift in their carefully controlled world. Narcissists thrive on predictability, on maintaining the illusion that their presence is indispensable. When you break that pattern, when you take your power back, it shakes them to the core, exposing vulnerabilities they usually hide behind charm, manipulation, and indifference. Understanding this internal upheaval is not about giving them power over you. It is about reclaiming your own narrative and recognizing the magnitude of your liberation. It is astonishing how often narcissists behave as though your departure was something inconceivable, an event that could never occur. They rely on the assumption that their control is unbreakable, that their carefully constructed supply lines will never be interrupted. When you finally sever those ties, it strikes at the very essence of their identity. There is a raw, guttural shock that accompanies this realization, a moment when their polished facade cracks and their inner turmoil surfaces. This is not a fleeting inconvenience for them. It is a profound emotional disturbance that can provoke obsession, rage, denial, and despair. And while it is tempting to focus on their reaction, the true significance lies in your choice. The deliberate, unwavering decision to prioritize your own well-being over the toxic patterns they enforced upon you. At first, many narcissists enter a state of denial. They refuse to accept the finality of your absence, attempting to rationalize it as temporary, as though you will return once they perform the right gestures or manipulate circumstances in their favor. This denial is often accompanied by a frantic attempt to reclaim control, to reinstate the illusion of normalcy that once surrounded them. They might replay every interaction in their minds, scrutinizing your actions for hints of regret or weakness. Yet, as reality presses in, denial inevitably gives way to disbelief. The truth of your departure begins to penetrate their consciousness, and the realization that you have genuinely left, that you are no longer a part of their carefully orchestrated world, hits with the force of an emotional tidal wave, leaving them stunned and unmoored. Once disbelief settles, it is swiftly followed by anger and blame. Narcissists instinctively externalize their pain, projecting it onto you as if your independence is a personal betrayal. They question your motives, accuse you of never truly loving them, and replay past moments through a lens of resentment. Their fury is both performative and raw, an outpouring of emotions they cannot fully process or control. They might compare you to others who have left them before, measuring your departure against past failures and inflating their own sense of injustice. This intense emotional storm often continues for days, weeks, or even months as they oscillate between longing, regret, and self-centered narratives of victimhood. A particularly striking aspect of this process is the obsessive fixation many narcissists develop once they comprehend your permanent absence. Where they once treated your presence as given, they now find themselves haunted by it. They may replay conversations, scrutinize photographs, or monitor your online activity in a desperate, futile attempt to bridge the chasm you created by walking away. Yet, no matter how much they search for validation or reassurance, they cannot reclaim the influence they once held. This obsession is not rooted in genuine care or love. It is born of loss, humiliation, and the destabilization of their carefully maintained ego. Their inability to control or manipulate your choices leaves them vulnerable to emotions they rarely acknowledge, and it is in these moments that their inner turmoil becomes most evident. Despite the intensity of their reactions, it is crucial to remember that their emotional upheaval does not invalidate your decision. Every step you took to leave was grounded in necessity, self-preservation, and the pursuit of freedom. Narcissists are architects of chaos, yet even they cannot undo the courage required to break free from their manipulation. Your liberation is a testament to your strength and clarity, a reaffirmation of the value of prioritizing your own well-being over their need for control. Understanding their internal storm allows you to contextualize their behavior without ever feeling compelled to return, justify, or explain yourself further. The path to healing after walking away is one of profound transformation. As the narcissist grapples with your absence, you are reclaiming space to reconnect with your own emotions, desires, and identity. You begin to rediscover the aspects of yourself that were suppressed, neglected, or invalidated during your entanglement. Their pain is a reflection of their loss of control, not a measure of your failure or wrongdoing. Recognizing this distinction is vital because it fortifies your resolve, helping you to navigate the post-relationship landscape with confidence and clarity. Your freedom is not a weapon. It is the natural consequence of taking a stand for your own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Ultimately, the emotional journey of a narcissist in the wake of your departure is a complex interplay of denial, disbelief, anger, and obsession. Yet your focus must remain unwavering on your growth, self-respect, and liberation. The more you reclaim your life, the less power their reactions hold. While they may continue to attempt to process or manipulate their feelings, it is your resilience and courage that define the new narrative. Every day you live free from their influence strengthens your sense of self and illuminates the truth. Their chaos cannot reach you once you have chosen to prioritize your own healing and happiness. Moving on does not erase all the feelings a narcissist once held for you, no matter how much time passes. It's a shocking reality, far more complex than simply flipping a switch and moving on emotionally. Think about your own experiences. Most of us have left past relationships, yet occasionally feel a pang of longing for an ex, even after starting something new. The heart has a way of holding on, and memories can resurface unbidden, bringing nostalgia and fleeting moments of regret. Narcissists, despite their outward bravado, are no exception. When they encounter your permanent absence, unresolved emotions that have been suppressed or ignored rise to the surface, often triggering behaviors that seem irrational but are deeply rooted in their inability to process loss or rejection. This is precisely why certain narcissists dive headlong into new relationships immediately after a breakup. On the surface, it may appear that they have moved on effortlessly, but the truth is far more unsettling. These new connections often serve as a refuge, a way to distract themselves from the unresolved emotions they carry from the past. Even as they pursue new sources of attention and validation, the lingering feelings for you remain, acting like whispers in the background that color their interactions with others. They cannot fully engage in the present because fragments of their unresolved attachment to you continue to influence their thoughts, judgments, and choices. The emotional dissonance is constant, shaping their behavior in subtle yet profound ways. It's essential to understand that these lingering feelings do not make them vulnerable in the way we might imagine. They rarely show remorse or acknowledge their inner struggles. Instead, narcissists often rationalize their actions within a distorted reality, convincing themselves that moving on quickly or finding new supply absolves them of the chaos left in their wake. However, when they see you truly moving forward, living your life independently, seeking happiness outside of their influence, their internal world collapses. Confusion, guilt, and anger merge into a volatile emotional cocktail, fueling obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors. Their response is rarely calm or measured. It is amplified, relentless, and aimed at regaining control or punishing what they perceive as a betrayal. Upon realizing that you have genuinely moved on, many narcissists spiral into behaviors designed to reassert their dominance. You might witness an onslaught of messages, unexpected visits, or relentless attempts to contact you through every possible channel. These actions often cross boundaries, disregarding your autonomy and the limits you have clearly set. Simultaneously, they enact backup plans, seeking alternative sources of validation and attention in case you do not return. The fear of permanent loss drives erratic and fixated conduct, a dangerous mix of desperation and ego preservation. While they may appear composed outwardly, the reality is that internally, they are consumed by emotional upheaval, attempting to reconcile their loss with the narrative they tell themselves. It's also critical to acknowledge the dangerous escalation that can occur when narcissists feel cornered by your independence. Their anger can intensify without relent, often manifesting as vindictive behaviors aimed at destabilizing you or regaining control. Some may make alarming claims, threatening self-harm or extreme measures to manipulate your response. It's crucial to recognize that these statements are a reflection of their inner chaos, not your responsibility. If you encounter such situations, professional intervention is essential. Reach out to mental health crisis services or authorities to ensure safety, both for yourself and the individual. Rather than attempting to mediate or placate the narcissist on your own, your safety and well-being must remain the priority. Even as their world unravels, narcissists attempt to rationalize and control the narrative. They might claim to have moved on while secretly clinging to the hope that you will return, maintaining an internal tension between denial and longing. Their new relationships are often superficial attempts to fill the void, yet the unresolved attachment to you continues to influence their behavior. The duality of seeking replacement while obsessing over the past creates a cycle of instability that can escalate unpredictably. For anyone navigating post-narcissist life, it is vital to recognize these patterns without allowing them to disrupt your own progress. Understanding the dynamics empowers you to maintain boundaries and continue your journey of healing and liberation. Ultimately, the harsh reality is that narcissists may spiral into deep depression, anger, or obsession when confronted with your permanent absence. Their world, meticulously constructed around control and validation, collapses unexpectedly when you reclaim your autonomy. While they may attempt manipulation, the responsibility for their emotional state does not fall on you. By recognizing the signs, maintaining firm boundaries, and seeking support if threats arise, you protect yourself from potential harm. Your freedom is not negotiable, and while their turmoil may appear dramatic or frightening, it reflects their inability to process loss, not a reflection of your actions. Your liberation is the first step toward peace, healing, and reclaiming your life. Your safety and well-being must always remain the highest priority when navigating the aftermath of a narcissist's departure. Empathy and compassion are admirable qualities, yet they should never come at the expense of your personal security. Recognize the potential volatility of a narcissist whose carefully constructed world has been upended. When confronted with the reality of your independence, their emotions can escalate unpredictably, ranging from desperation to rage, and sometimes even dangerous behavior. In these moments, it is essential to establish boundaries, seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals, and never attempt to manage their instability on your own. Protecting yourself is not a lack of compassion. It is a necessary act of self-preservation that ensures your continued healing and autonomy. As we conclude, remember that navigating the aftermath of leaving a narcissist is a journey of empowerment, healing, and self-affirmation. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated with valuable insights, strategies, and guidance for moving forward with clarity and strength. Engage with our content, share your experiences, and connect with a community that supports your growth and liberation. You have taken the most courageous step by choosing your freedom, and remaining informed and prepared is essential to sustaining it. Your well-being, safety, and emotional health must always come first. And by embracing this path, you reaffirm your right to live a life free from manipulation, fear, and control. When you walk away from a narcissist, it is not just an ending. It is a seismic shift in their carefully constructed reality. Narcissists build their lives around control, validation, and a perception that they are indispensable. Your departure is a direct challenge to that worldview, and while they may try to act as though it doesn't matter, internally it ignites a storm of emotions they are ill-equipped to manage. They may feel shock, disbelief, or even a visceral sense of loss. But these reactions are rarely grounded in genuine love or reflection. They are rooted in their dependence on your presence and their fear of abandonment. Even as they appear composed, behind the facade, there is often a swirling mix of confusion, obsession, and rage. It is a misconception to assume that narcissists simply move on without consequence. While they may enter new relationships or pursue alternative sources of attention quickly, these actions do not erase unresolved feelings for the person they have lost. Memories, longing, and emotional attachments linger, influencing their behavior in subtle and sometimes dangerous ways. Their new partners may feel the ripple effects of these unresolved emotions, yet the narcissist may remain unaware or unconcerned with the harm they cause. This is why their expressions of remorse or attempts at reconnection should never be mistaken for genuine growth. They often stem from fear, ego preservation, and the need to reassert control, not a willingness to change or recognize past harm. When a narcissist recognizes that you have truly moved on, their internal reaction can escalate quickly. Denial often gives way to disbelief, then anger, and sometimes obsession. They may bombard you with messages, show up unannounced, or attempt to manipulate situations in an effort to regain influence. At the same time, they may pursue new sources of attention, creating a disturbing duality of behavior. This is not a reflection of your failure, it is a mirror of their inability to process loss or face their own vulnerabilities. Understanding this pattern allows you to maintain perspective and avoid being drawn back into their orbit, no matter how convincing their words or actions may appear. Children, if involved, add another layer of complexity. Narcissists may attempt to use familial relationships as leverage, manipulating them to inflict emotional pain or guilt. These tactics are designed to destabilize you and maintain a sense of control even after your departure. Preparing for such scenarios requires boundaries, planning, and, in some cases, professional intervention. Protecting yourself and your loved ones is not optional, it is essential. The key is to recognize that the narcissist's behavior is a reflection of their instability, not a commentary on your decisions or worth. Remaining vigilant safeguards your emotional well-being and ensures that your autonomy is preserved. Even when a narcissist expresses remorse or emotional vulnerability, it rarely signals meaningful change. Their declarations of regret or promises of improvement often reflect desperation, dependence, or fear rather than genuine insight. While they may convey strong emotions, it does not guarantee consistency in their behavior or respect for boundaries moving forward. Your choice to leave is a reclaiming of personal power, and no display of emotion should persuade you to return to a dynamic that caused harm. Recognizing the difference between expression and transformation allows you to navigate interactions with clarity, ensuring that your safety and mental health remain uncompromised. Ultimately, leaving a narcissist is an act of empowerment and self-preservation. The turmoil they experience does not equate to your wrongdoing. It reflects their own limitations in managing loss, vulnerability, and control. Observing their reactions can be informative, but it should never dictate your actions or decisions. By prioritizing your own well-being, establishing clear boundaries, and seeking external support when necessary, you reclaim not only your life, but also your sense of self. Liberation from a narcissist's influence is both a profound challenge and a transformative opportunity, and each step forward is a testament to your courage, clarity, and resilience. Even as you move forward, it is important to remain vigilant and mindful. Emotional manipulation can continue long after physical separation, and the narcissist may attempt to insert chaos into your life through unexpected tactics or indirect influence. By staying grounded, maintaining firm boundaries, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals, you fortify your independence and continue building a life rooted in authenticity and safety. Your liberation is not just the act of leaving. It is the continuous practice of protecting your well-being, reclaiming your autonomy, and embracing a future free from control, manipulation, and fear. Even after you leave, a narcissist's mind rarely rests. They are constantly analyzing, replaying, and trying to reinterpret your choices to fit their narrative. Every action you take, your successes, your happiness, your interactions with others, can become fodder for their obsessive attention. They may convince themselves that your life is incomplete without them, or they may attempt to undermine your confidence and achievements through subtle manipulation. Yet, all of this is a reflection of their inner insecurity and inability to face loss. Their obsession is not about love or connection. It is about control, ego preservation, and a fear of being irrelevant in a world where they no longer dictate the rules. It's also important to understand the paradox of their emotional responses. On one hand, they may appear indifferent or aloof, acting as though your departure is inconsequential. On the other, they can spiral into intense emotional storms, displaying a combination of anger, longing, and obsessive behaviors. This duality is confusing and often destabilizing for those around them, particularly for people who have shared deep connections with them. Their inability to process complex emotions leads them to swing between extremes: idealization, devaluation, and sometimes outright aggression. Recognizing this pattern is essential for maintaining clarity and emotional distance, ensuring that their chaos does not pull you back into a harmful dynamic. Narcissists often seek validation to compensate for their internal emptiness, which becomes even more pronounced when you leave. They may chase attention, accolades, or new relationships, not out of genuine interest, but as a mechanism to distract themselves from the void your absence creates. Even when they appear to be thriving or moving forward, traces of unresolved feelings remain hidden beneath the surface, subtly influencing decisions and behaviors. This is why their moving on is often superficial. It masks lingering attachments, unprocessed emotions, and the fear of being truly alone. Understanding this nuance helps you see their actions for what they really are and prevents you from misinterpreting them as reconciliation or genuine remorse. Another critical aspect is how they respond to your independence and boundaries. Your very act of claiming your life and refusing to be manipulated is a threat to the narcissist's control. They may escalate behaviors, attempt to provoke reactions, or test limits to see if you will waver. These tactics can range from emotional manipulation to more aggressive interventions, including legal threats or interference in your personal relationships. Recognizing these patterns and preparing to respond with calm, clear boundaries is essential. By maintaining consistency in your responses, you remove the leverage they once held, further reinforcing your autonomy and security. Healing from a narcissistic relationship is not a linear process. It involves rebuilding self-esteem, reclaiming lost confidence, and restoring a sense of safety that may have been eroded over time. It also requires acknowledging the complex psychological landscape of the narcissist without allowing it to dominate your emotional space. Understanding their behavior helps you contextualize the past, but your focus must remain on your growth. Each boundary you set, each day you live free from manipulation, is an affirmation of your strength. Over time, this ongoing practice of self-preservation fosters resilience, emotional clarity, and a deep sense of liberation that cannot be shaken by external chaos. Even when their behavior escalates or becomes unpredictable, it is crucial to remember that their instability is not a reflection of your actions. Their anger, obsession, or attempts at manipulation are manifestations of their internal fragility and distorted perception of relationships. By maintaining distance, prioritizing your safety, and engaging supportive networks or professionals when necessary, you reinforce your own resilience. You are not responsible for their emotional regulation, nor should you allow their fear or desperation to dictate your choices. The more you anchor yourself in your own autonomy and well-being, the less power they have to disrupt your life. Finally, liberation from a narcissist is a continuous journey. Leaving is only the first step. The ongoing work of establishing boundaries, nurturing self-respect, and reclaiming your personal power is what ensures lasting freedom. Each decision to prioritize your mental and emotional health strengthens your independence and sends a clear signal that your life is yours to live. While narcissists may continue to react, manipulate, or express unresolved emotions, these responses belong to their internal struggle, not your responsibility. By understanding the psychological dynamics at play, maintaining vigilance, and committing to your own well-being, you emerge stronger, wiser, and fully empowered to live life on your own terms. Even long after a narcissist has been removed from your life, their influence can linger, not because of their power over you, but because of the emotional residue they leave behind. Memories of manipulation, gaslighting, or subtle emotional sabotage can surface at unexpected moments, and your mind may replay old interactions as if searching for closure that was never truly offered. The key is recognizing these moments for what they are, echoes of a past that no longer controls your present. Your focus must remain on reclaiming your peace, rebuilding your confidence, and reinforcing the boundaries you've set. Each act of self-care, each reaffirmation of your autonomy, chips away at the lingering shadow of their influence, slowly but surely restoring your emotional freedom. Even after you've left, a narcissist's thoughts often remain dominated by you. Their mind becomes a constant loop of what-ifs and imagined scenarios, replaying every word, every action, and every perceived slight. This obsessive rumination isn't about genuine reflection or personal growth. It is about control and ego preservation. They analyze your behavior, compare it to their expectations, and often twist reality to fit the narrative that they are the victim or that they deserve to reclaim you. While this may feel alarming if you witness it indirectly through social media or mutual connections, it is actually a sign that you are no longer under their control. Your freedom disrupts their carefully maintained illusion of dominance, which is why they react so intensely. The paradox is that even as they chase new validation or form new connections, the unresolved emotions linked to you continue to influence their behavior. They may appear to move on effortlessly, yet underneath the surface, there remains a tension between longing and denial. Their attempts at distraction, whether through new relationships, work, or external achievements, rarely erase the impact of your departure. This duality creates an internal conflict that can manifest as obsessive attention, anger, or unpredictable behavior. By understanding this, you can separate their outward appearances from the reality of their unresolved dependence, allowing yourself to stay grounded and emotionally safe while they navigate their internal turmoil. It is crucial to recognize the escalation patterns that can occur when a narcissist realizes that your independence is permanent. Initial denial can quickly turn into disbelief, followed by anger, obsession, and sometimes vindictive behaviors aimed at regaining influence or punishing what they perceive as betrayal. These reactions can range from emotional manipulation to attempts at intrusion, creating a stressful environment if boundaries are not firmly maintained. By anticipating these patterns, you empower yourself to respond deliberately rather than react impulsively. Detachment, consistency, and strategic planning are your strongest tools for maintaining emotional stability and reinforcing your autonomy. Children, if involved, present an added layer of complexity. Narcissists may attempt to use them as leverage, deliberately creating situations that induce emotional stress or guilt. These tactics are not about genuine concern. They are strategic efforts to regain control and assert dominance. Preparing for this possibility requires not only strong boundaries, but also proactive measures to protect the emotional well-being of everyone involved. Engaging legal advice, counseling, or external support networks is often essential. Recognizing the patterns of manipulation and establishing safeguards ensures that your liberation and your family's emotional safety remain intact. Even when narcissists express vulnerability or remorse, it is important to view these moments critically. Their expressions often reflect fear, dependency, or a desire to regain control rather than genuine transformation. Words of apology or promises to change rarely translate into lasting behavioral shifts, and interpreting them as such can create dangerous openings. Your focus must remain on your own healing, security, and empowerment. By consistently prioritizing your needs, maintaining firm boundaries, and refusing to re-engage with manipulative tactics, you reclaim your narrative. Their emotional turmoil belongs to them. It does not define your life or the choices you have made.